This is a statement made by Death in their debate, which was becoming a kind of a stalemate. Savitri was extensively arguing with Death about how this world was created, how out of joy the creation has arisen, and how joy is leading to its fulfillment. But Death remains unconvinced. For him, it is all imagination. At the most, it is an ideal which cannot be true in this creation here. In fact, the debate has reached a point that Savitri has practically given up any hope of convincing Death by argument. So what she does is she withdraws within herself. She enters into her house of meditation. Within her soul is a chamber where a constant yajna is going on. And in that yajna, she sees that it is the divine being, Ishvara himself, with his consort, Ishvari, who are offering ahutis, sacrificial food, to the divine Agni. The yajna is brightly kindled, and constantly the ahutis are being offered by the Lord and his spouse, Ishvara and Ishwari, Bhagavan and Bhagavati, they together constantly worshipping the divine Agni. Now, this is a yajna which goes on constantly in the soul of Savitri, which is very important, and it is there she recognizes at once the power of yajna. Not just recognizes, she with its power becomes the leader of the entire situation. The procession in the occult world is there is the spirit of Satyavan. Behind him, driving the spirit of Satyavan, is Death. Behind them is following Savitri. Now, from behind, she has now suddenly become the leader of the march. She has now taken the full control of the situation. She is in full possession of the eventualities which might occur there. She is in full command now. From behind, she is now guiding, leading Death to follow a certain path. Yet, Death remains unconvinced to a certain extent, and he tells Savitri, look, what is this? It is a dream world. You are living in a dream world. You think that man can change, that divine powers can reside in the human state here. That is a dream, that is an hallucination, that cannot happen. It is a malady of mind. You are cherishing a hope which is actually hopeless. It cannot happen at all. The notion which you are cherishing in your mind is that there could be the life divine here upon earth, that is not really a realistic notion. That is what death is constantly telling Savitri. He even goes to an extent to say that your prayer is a vain prayer. Man's prayer is a vain prayer. Man's hope is a vain hope. Everything here belongs to nothingness. Therefore, don't think that the divine can come and stay here upon earth. The conditions are not that way at all. And therefore, he says, there is no house for the divine here to come and stay in this creation. Move into process of time. He cannot. He is eternal. He is happy there. Don't bring him down. There is no space at all for him to come and move in this world, in these earthly conditions, which cannot really accept his presence here. Man's hope is an incurable disease. Give it up. Understand these things. That is the kind of a wise advice Death is giving to Savitri, and insisting that her attempt to change things here has no basis in reality at all. Of course, Savitri is going to counter that thing later on, but at this particular moment of time, at this point here, he is making a forceful argument that in the present situation, it is impossible for the eternal to step into time and live in time, move in time, for the infinite to come here and live on earth in a small space. He is infinite. There is no room for the infinite here to stay in the finite. That is the argument he is putting forward to Savitri. And of course, later on, Savitri is going to counter that. So, this is the basis of this particular line. There is no house for him, for the divine, in hurrying time. This is a very beautiful line also from the poetry point of view. There is no house for him in hurrying time. See, there is, you can take this in almost a Pyrrhic, no house, I am, and again a Pyrrhic, Pyrrhic, I am, Pyrrhic, short, 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 long, short, short, then again short, long, and again short, short, long. It's a very beautiful rhythm also. There is no house for him in hurrying time, and see the alliteration of H, house, him, hurrying. So, death is very poetic also in his speech, you see. And in a certain sense, what he is telling us is true in the present situation under these conditions. There is really no house for the divine to come here and stay, which Savitri must recognize and understand.